For press review time now. Emily's here today. What else could you start with? Of course, this incredible burglary at the Louvre. What are the papers saying?
Well, let's start with the French papers. Obviously, this story all over the front pages, and Aujourd'hui en France simply headlining with the heist of the century. It says it took only 7 minutes for 4 robbers to steal 8 historic pieces of jewellery in broad daylight. La Dépêche du Midi is asking the question we are all asking: who stole the jewels from the Louvre? It says that robbers were probably experienced professionals, possibly foreigners, according to French authorities. The event is widely being discussed further back from the front pages. Let's go back to Aujourd'hui en France. Here they have a quote from a museum worker who says that a museum is not supposed to be safe. They also describe their vulnerability to burglaries, which they say are on the rise. Le Monde takes a look, a historical look at other burglaries of the Louvre, most notably the 1911 heist of the Mona Lisa by an Italian worker from the museum. Le Figaro has a slightly different angle here on this article. It questions the security infrastructure at the Louvre. The article says that a security audit had been asked for by the director of the museum in 2021, the conclusions of which had only been returned a few weeks ago. The, quote, embarrassing report warned that the Louvre security standards were not up to date, in particular when it came to security cameras. Finally, in France, the HuffPost has this article here today. It says that the robbery is being politically instrumentalized. The article says that the far right is using it as an example of France's decline. Meanwhile, left-wing parties are seizing the opportunity to attack France's Minister of Culture, Rachida Dati.
And of course, the story picked up right around the world as well. What about the international papers?
Well, it's on the front pages of papers around the world, as you said. Let's start in Belgium here. They're also calling it the heist of a century, and they have a photograph here of Empress Eugenie's crown. It has 1,354 diamonds and 56 emeralds. The crown was found on the ground in the street, probably dropped by one of the thieves on their way out. Now, it's also making front pages here in Italy with La Repubblica. It talks of a big hit and says that Napoleon's jewels could interest buyers in Russia, China, or even the United States. In Spain, El País here has a photo of the industrial lift that the robbers used to access the Apollo Gallery. It says they also used an angle grinder to work their way through windows. The New York Times also going through the details of this crazy brazen 7 brazen minutes of the heist. It says that they smashed through the glass using a chainsaw and then made their escape by jumping on the back of motorbikes that were waiting for them. In the UK, finally, the Telegraph has another take on this. It says that it has cemented Paris as the home of the heist. France and Italy are the 2 countries most likely to be at risk of art theft. Just last month, 600,000 euros worth of gold was stolen from Paris's National History Museum. Now, what's sure is the police have a big job on their hands, one which might involve head scratching and maybe a little bit of swearing.
Just a little bit, I suspect. And in fact, that links very, very nicely into Emily's next story. Swearing is sometimes quite useful, apparently. What have you found?
Yes, I thought this article in The Guardian might be quite topical today. It's a long read and it looks at various swear word studies. The first one asked people from different countries to list every taboo word they could think of. Now, the Brits averaged around 16 swear words, but Germans could swear almost 3 times as much, with an average of 53 words. Now, there's a list of some of the most brilliant German swear words, which include Intelligenzallergiker, someone who's allergic to intelligence, or one of my favourites, Hodenkobold, or testicle goblin. Now, all of those words are quite silly, but swearing could actually have some physical benefits as well. One study found, for instance, that people are able to resist pain when they're swearing, leaving their hands in icy water for longer if they're able to swear whilst doing so.
Testicle goblin. No more. Very nice, Emily. Something a bit more wholesome to end on now. A whole new Sumo champion has been crowned in London. Tell us about it.
Exactly. This is an article in The Times here, Hoshoryu from Mongolia has won the Grand Sumo tournament at the Royal Albert Hall in London. It's the first time in the last 20 years that the tournament has been hosted outside of Japan. Now, this article says that the venue almost ran out of noodles. The Albert Hall underestimated the appetites of the athletes who have to eat up to 10,000 calories a day. And the competition has really taken the internet by storm. And this is mainly because of some of the wholesome holiday pictures that the sumo wrestlers have been seen. This is in the Tokyo Weekender. They're recreating Abbey Road. We also have them here, Harry Potter sumo fans on the 9 3/4 platform here at King's Cross Station. And they've won the hearts of new sumo fans, but the sumo champion has won a giant bottle of soya sauce.
Very nice. I tell you one thing, I'm not calling any of them testicle champions.
No, I wouldn't.
Testing champions, testicle goblins.
Squish you with that bottle.
I was going to say, yeah. One of those over your head, would you? Emily, thanks very much. Emily with the papers of France 24. A lot more coming up. Talking to my musical guest as well after the break here on France 24.